Yeah, good afternoon. This is Steve. I'm doing my reflections on page 161, Success Narratives in the South. Yeah, long story. Yeah, my father, it's interesting how it's been passed down. It's been interesting to kind of reflect on how we would describe our success narratives. My father had not finished high school. He got in trouble. In those days, to sort you out, they sent you into the Navy. And so he was 18, went into the Navy. He fought in the Korean War, which gives me a certain amount of mana with the Korean pastors here in Auckland. Um, he also saw as he worked in the defense industry over the years. He did eventually finish high school with night school, but yeah, he had three boys under 5 years old when he was 24. So that was quite a strain on him. And the other thing that was a strain was seeing college graduates come into the company and be promoted above him on a consistent basis. So he really had a drive for us, motivating us boys to get as much training to go to university. That was the big goal in our family. In my family, I did well in high school. You had to be in the top 10% to go into the University of California system. And so I was probably one of three out of 526 graduates from my high school to go into that system. And again, looking back on that, I had no mentors. I was pretty much on my own. I had outgrown my own father for that. And then I was motivated to finish my degree. I went into pharmaceutical sales. My family's been very supportive. I remember when I got asked to move to Las Vegas from LA. And my family, my mom and dad said to me, you're young, you're single, go over, you need to go. So although I've had to drive myself, I've had a supportive family from that standpoint. When I did decide to become a follower of Jesus and respond to a call to a full-time Christian ministry, yeah, my family was shocked. They were disappointed. But Lynn, we felt a joint call to pastoral ministry. That was 38 years ago. And so by the grace of God, it's been a long direction in that. Going to seminary, Lynn and I did that on our own. Again, it wasn't family, it wasn't community that supported us in that. It was more Western individualism for that one. Again, when we felt called to go to China, we went as a small family, Lynn, myself, and our son Andrew. And then it almost kind of, I think in China we learned the individual stuff doesn't work. We have to really work well with relationships with local people. And that was a key. Maybe in Kiwi society you can get away without connecting well with other people, but you can't in China. Trust and mana, guanxi. Guanxi is the word for building trust. In Chinese culture, and on the basis of guanxi, you elicit cooperation and working together on common goals. So we learned a lot about that in our China years. Our son, unfortunately or fortunately, had a big dose of individualism. Yeah, he was off to Taiwan as a 13-year-old, went to boarding school, MK school. He would later come to Waikato, and again, he'd be on his own. And our New Zealand family, very little support from the New Zealand family. Him and his other Taiwan buddies who were from New Zealand would often comment, "We are self-made men." And so these boys have had to make their life in New Zealand on their own. We kept in touch. They invented the internet. They invented Skype. But for 14 years, we lived in different countries from our son. But having said that, both Lynn and I had quite an influence in his life. Lynn, especially from her management background, would help him find jobs and go over CVs and compare study notes and things like that. So, yeah, he established very good study habits and focus while he was at high school, and he found university actually easier than that. Yeah, so pretty much my dad had to complete school on his own. We were on the West Coast. He wanted to escape from his family in the Midwest, from Arkansas, of all places. I keep that part of the story hidden from most people. Pretty much I was on my own when I became a Christian at 25 and went to the ministry 5 months after, 5 months after that. And our son as well. So, yeah, we've been, pretty much Americans, individualism, and kind of gone from there. It'd be interesting to hear your stories and to hear where we come from. But that's pretty much our story.